You've heard me talk before, I'm sure, about the two types of people in life, the waiters and the creators. People who wait around for things to happen and people who go out and create them. Well, there's also a third type of person, people who destroy. So there's a guy I've been following for a while. His name's George Watsky. He became somewhat famous for a viral video that he did where he was rapping very fast. And it exploded his career to an extent where he started creating rap videos, he started touring, stage poetry, all sorts of creative endeavors, and really became a big YouTube name. Now, this guy was in the news recently because part of his act was he would crowd surf by jumping off of larger or taller and taller objects, sometimes the stage, sometimes a balcony. In this particular show, he jumped off of a very high lighting rig to try and crowd surf. And ended up injuring two people, one of them a woman who broke her arm. You can imagine the reaction of the newspapers and the magazines who had a field day talking about this idiot rapper who jumped off of a lighting rig and injured two people. What I saw next was him having written an apology where he basically said, I am a f***ing idiot, I am ashamed of myself, and I shouldn't have done it. And, he speaks of how he was waiting in the hospital for 6 hours with the people that were injured, and how he'll never do it again, and feels incredibly sorry for what's happened. But of course, what happens next is you still get the huge number of comments after that, talking shit, berating the guy, abusing the guy, saying all sorts of nasty things to him. What actually I find more sickening than the newspapers, whose job it is to do things like that, although even that's questionable, but at least they pass it off as their job. I get sick of the way that then indoctrinates people in general. You can go on any newspaper site and see the comments of hundreds or even thousands of people commenting on stories just like this. You can go on Facebook and see the way people react in their Facebook profiles. I'm always in favor of people disagreeing with me, for example. I'm always in favor of people giving a lesson or an idea that conflicts with mine. That in itself can be constructive, that can be creative, that can encourage debate, which I think is an amazing thing and something that we should all thrive on. But that's very different from what people do. The way people do it is not designed to be productive. The way people do it is designed to be sinister. Its intent is to be malicious. The important question, I think the interesting question, is why people do that. Why is it that we live in a culture where people have to take that 5 minutes or that 10 minutes or that 20 minutes out of their day to go and maliciously abuse someone else, to tell them why they're a f***ing idiot, even though they've heard it 20 times for that thing they just did, or 1,000 times? Why is it that people feel it necessary to go and do that and be sinister in that way? And the obvious answer is because they're lacking something in their own lives. Those same people that do that, by the very definition, have to be finding time for things other than productive endeavors. You think every one of those commenters doesn't have something they want to do in their life, something they want to build or create that they haven't got the courage to do, maybe they haven't got the drive to do, maybe they haven't got the strategy, maybe they keep making excuses themselves about why they can't do it. You think those commenters don't have their own insecurities that they like to mask by focusing on someone else? The point is, those people could be doing something really productive with those 5 minutes, and they're not, because they'd rather focus on what I call avoidance activity. How do I avoid doing the thing that I know will benefit my life and the lives of others around me, by doing something that is just avoidance activity? This is just a distraction. It would be easy for me to make this a big f*** you video to people that write that stuff. I would rather not. And the reason is, I almost want to speak to those people. There is a reason why, obviously, you took the 5 minutes to say something like that, and didn't choose that 5 minutes to do something that was actually important to your life. How about this? Instead of talking to someone you don't know and saying something malicious towards them, how about taking the same 5 minutes you would have taken to do that and take it to send a loving text to someone that you do know? People find ways of saying that they don't have time to do things in their life. I don't have time to text someone and tell everyone I know that I love them. I don't have time to see that friend. I don't have time to get done that piece of work. I don't have time to start that new project. And yet those same people will find time to go after someone, to anathematize someone who they don't even know. There are people who wait and there are people who create in life. The people that I'm talking about don't fall into either one of those categories in a way, because at least the waiters, there's a passive nature to waiting. You know, you can sit around and not do anything, and you can be accused of not bringing the world your gift and not going out and influencing the world for good and creating things. You can be accused of that, but there is something worse. And that's people who don't create, they don't wait, they destroy. If watching this video, there's one person that normally would take that 5 minutes out to write something unconstructive and will take that 5 minutes to go and spread more love to someone in their lives, send a message, make a phone call, create something, then this video will have at least done something. So that's it. I will see you soon, my friends. Take care.